you everyone. I'm Pascal, I'm the CEO of BEATSURFING.
And I'm Olivier, I'm the COO of BEATSURFING. So first we wanted to thank 𝗥𝗲𝗹 to have us here today. Like we said in the introduction, we're going to show you some stuff live. It's not the first time that we come over. If you don't know us yet, well, you will get to know us by the end of this presentation. And the one that already know us, they will understand what we have done in the past was always aiming the future, what we are working on right now. So it's been a long path, a lot of testing, lots of experimentation. And, well, I will let Pascal probably introduce himself a bit more. He's a co-founder of BEATSURFING, but he's been there for 2 decades already, doing some experimentation. And he's also the main crazy brain in our company. So he's the one that things come from. So I let him the mic to explain how and when it all started. But could we have the slide, please? Perfect.
Okay, thank you. So I started making music in the 90s. I started to release LPs and records mid-90s. And maybe like a decade later, we start to have electronica records that had kind of success. So, but we were like a bedroom producer. Like I'm sure that all of you or your friends, you know that that feeling of working from home, making music from the comfort of your room. But because of the success of this record, we were invited to play in a lot of festivals and at first everywhere in Europe. But it was a totally different story to go on stage, because if you are a bedroom producer, you write the music in the computer. It's a great opportunity to discover music, to experiment stuff. But it's totally different to go on stage, have the computer that perform for you. And what can you do? You can maybe alter some filter or trigger a clip, play with some generative MIDI motif. So with that band, 𝗥𝗲𝗹, we had at the time, we did a lot of tours. People seem to enjoy. They are so used to fake stuff that they were like okay with it. Even the curator were like, wow, that was a dope show. And we felt like, meh, you know, we just like play with the music. We didn't play the music, actually. It was not really it. So we decided to quit and to stop to tour with 𝗥𝗲𝗹, because we didn't want it to fake it, because we were the one on tour. But when we go back from tour to our little city from Verviers, all our friends were real bands that performed for real, and we were the one touring because of the success of the record. But actually, we have nothing to say on stage. So we stopped to tour with 𝗥𝗲𝗹 at the time. And then this is why we founded 𝗏𝗏𝗪. The goal of 𝗏𝗏𝗪 was always to seek for new way to perform electronic music on stage, and later perform electronic music in studio as well. So the group was really founded for this, and we start to play with this band. And as soon as we didn't try to mix playback things with real-time things, as soon as we go full real-time, it was kind of a success, because for many, for the people in the room, no matter the level of musical education they have, if you see someone that fake a live set or someone that performs something, you got it. You don't have to be educated about it to get it. And as a curator, if you see a lot of bands pretending to play, and then you see one band that play for real, at the end of the day, you just remember the fake one and the real one. So it was a great opportunity for us to be radical and to be seen at the time.
So I will cut him just 2 seconds. When he says us, it's Pascal, which is on the right,
and my co-founder,
Jean, the co-founder, which is not here today. It's not me. He's in Los Angeles, where we also have an office now to develop our activities. So that's what I wanted to say. And also, they got a recognition back then because they were like UFOs in the era of music then. And so they received an octave de la musique, which is the equivalent of the Grammy, I would say, but on the Belgian size. And then, so you started to develop tools.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to talk a bit about the first one that
we
put
got
you on the map.
I can say it's beginner luck. Okay, I will tell the little story. We were at the 𝗔𝗲 studio actually, and our MC at the time, Mike, he was into recording a rap verse. And you know, when you make music, it's better to lock to the groove with your body. You get to dance somehow to get the perfect, the perfect take. So it was kind of shaking his booty like that. And at some point, he grabbed the crossfader on the DJ mixer and he keep rapping, finish his take. And the take was dope. And then he said, "Oh, it could be so great if we can just play the drums by shaking the fader." Actually, everything started from there because we already have the idea to play everything live. But at the time, there is not much tools that allow that. And then we got the idea of the beat fader. It's a pretty simple idea. You got this fader, and you put one-shot samples, no sequence, only one shot along the fader. And thanks to the BEATSURFING website, I can make a small demo just on the...
Hold on.
Oh, just to have the video switch that adapts to the resolution. We tried it. We expect there is nothing to do, just wait and it will work. So let's pretend it works, no?
And so for the story of the beat fader was made, what, it was a patch max?
Yeah. At first it was maybe using a software from 𝗏𝗏 or Reactor or Max. It became a Max patch at some point, and it was #1 of the Ableton user library for 2 years before they have a dedicated website for Max patches. I believe we don't have the video anymore. I don't know what can I do to get the... maybe like this.
Like
nice
this.
move. Yeah.
Good.
Don't is better than perfect.
And so to understand also, the beat fader was an old one, but you released it, well, we released it
again, yeah.
Again as a plugin.
It was cool because we were able to put the small version of the beat fader on the website. So before purchasing the plugin, you can try.
But we don't hear.
We don't have sounds. Hater. Yeah, okay. Okay. Hey, yeah, cool. So it works. So you see, I'm not faking it. There is no loop. If I play really slightly, there is just a few sounds along. And so it's really super easy to play. At the time we made a hardware that it was a DJ cap, so you can remove your DJ crossfader, put oars, and then you got pressure sensitive sensor. So when you play the drums like that, you can play the bass and the filter by squeezing the cap actually.
But we're going to show you a video right after how to use it in a production, and you can assign actually any fader, any knobs on your controller to play with it.
Yeah, Jean made a little demo for you to see how it works in a musical context.
Get ready.
Wait.
Get ready.
So the demo from Jean, and as you can see, it's what's the most important for us is actually jamming, performing, doing stuff live, and so I let Pascal continue with it. Oh my God!
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So I have not much to say on that slide, so maybe at the time the slide is okay, I'm done with it. But the shift I wanted to mention is at first we make records and then we try to find a way to play those tunes on stage, but there is always something is lost in translation and sometimes it doesn't work. So at some point we shift towards, like, at first jam, and then if you get something cool, release it. So and to us it feels like a way more natural to play that way.
Can it be made compatible with like third-party hardware out there, like machine or any other pad and or controller?
Yeah, it's compatible with everything. That's why at first we make a few hardware, and then we say, hey, there is already tons of cool hardware. Let's try to make those hardware even more fun.
Yeah, so it's just the software and you can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can try to make you try.
So what I want to show you is that, well, there was a shift at one point since they were performing, and most of the people that are playing electronic music don't perform on stage. Well, they decided to show their hands during performance, and that made a big difference. For the first time, actually, people understood that what was playing wasn't actually a playback, but it was live. And when that happened, well, it was just a GoPro that was put on the hands, and it was shown on the big screen just to see what was happening. And well, when people understood that, even though there were some errors, they bound with it. They were really hooked with the show. And the errors became actually part of the show. It wasn't hidden. It was something that they wanted to show that, yes, we are making mistake. And that's why people got excited as well about it. It's just about, well, you know, there is something about movement that activates something universal, and people can connect with it. It's called mirror neurons. It means that when you have a move with intention and there is a sound that is made out of that gesture, your brain actually reacts like you have been doing that sound yourself. So that's why it's universal. It's the way it works, our brain works. And you don't need to understand MIDI or have music training or anything to actually bound those kind of things. And honestly, I think that changed a lot also for their touring. Like he said earlier, curators had seen 200 sets with people just doing playbacks, and then you had a group coming actually playing live. What a fresh air he was bringing back then. And that's what we've been still focusing on since the beginning. So being radical in their approach actually became the most effective way for them to stand out. And even though the show were not probably the most polished ones, well, it left a mark. Every time that they were performing, people would remember what was happening and what happened. It was risky at first, but it was human. So we are actually going against what's happening. Well, we're not against what's happening in the industry at the moment, but we're not AI at all. We want to bring the human in the center of the performance and center of the music, because, well, the founders are artists and they want to make tools for artists. Now, before continuing, because like I said in the beginning, what we want to show you today is what we are building. So to understand, well, I've always heard that when I was a kid, to understand the present or the future, you need to know what's the past. So that's why we're going through the past right now. And we will show you how all those bricks are actually going together for our next product. And now let's see a bit why we did that and what is the industry bringing to people at the moment. Well, you need to wait.
Yeah, so this is the kind of tool we found actually. We still found it today. This is what we found 20 years ago when we started to perform live. So Roger Lynn was someone really brilliant. He bring the MPC. At the time it was like something super, I feel, look at what he's doing today. He's not doing MPC today, he's making MP controller and stuff more extravagant. But it's like, for us, I always feel like the music industry is kind of reactionary. if you look at the video game industry as an example, look at a drum pad from 40 years ago and look at the joystick from 40 years ago. The level of technology, joystick and joypad are not sold as a high-tech equipment, they sell fun. This music tech, it's sell like, oh, this is tech. Actually, it's not tech. It's either not really that fun, I mean, to me. Some company make great stuff like tool like this that bridge the...
Array touch from 𝗏𝗏.
Yeah. Next.
So, why are we different? We already give some hints, but...
So there is probably three main pillars about it. First one is everybody get it now, it's the real time. Everything should be real time. The second one is a bit tricky to get, but this is what we call the systemic approach of music production. It means that if you play a chord, it could affect the pitch of my cowbell. If I play the kick, it can change the tone of your bass. And so there is a lot of rules sleeping in between the instruments, and a part of the compositional process is actually the rules that you set between the instruments. That's something that unlocks us abilities to perform way more complex stuff, and have musical motifs that emerge actually from the interaction between the rules and between the performer and the rules and the performer themselves. And the third one is probably the most easiest to guess, is the expressivity, to have instruments that you can really like give an attention on your sound. So this is the three main differentiation things.
And to make it easier to understand, because it's always easy to talk hours and hours and not understand anything. So what we're going to do is a little demo of what the workflow would be in the future with our solution.
Mm-hmm.
Everything exists, but not like you're going to see it right now, because like I said, we've developed all the bricks. Now we need to put the bricks all together. But what you will see right now is a fake. But that's how the workflow should come out.
The only fake stuff is the little video that.
Yeah, the video that we're going to show. Well, if it shows.
It will. Go.
But you need to come here right after.
Yeah. So you see your DAW on the left, dragging a plugin, it pop on your iPad or on your controller, drag another plugin in your DAW, boom, it connects to your iPad and drag one more instrument. So once you got it's done, so welcome back to the real world, no fake anymore. The only fake stuff was the connection with your DAW. This is what we are building for now. And when it's done, you can like maybe add one more instrument, and you got already like, I'm supposed to have sounds. Okay. Now it's still up. Maybe just open again. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
but we don't have the picture anymore.
It will go back. And maybe I will move some stuff around.
So this you will be able to do it from your DAW, and it will pop up on your device, touchscreen, mobile.
We make it
PC.
mobile only as a kind of MVP for us, a step. We knew that if we wanted to make this super kind of new plugin format that bridge the gap between the touch stuff and the plugin, we need to make first something on the iPad, and then work on a standard plugin. And now we are about to connect everything. So if you put a bit more instrument into it, you can end up with something like this, a complete map. So I will give my mic back. So please look at what's happening. If you got a few questions just after it, I can keep the stuff open, just the time to answer it. So what you are able to hear as well, no loop, no backing track, no sequence. Merci beaucoup.
Wow, let's give them a round of applause for
Thank you
that.
very much.
Wow, incredible.
So, like I said, it was a fake with the video first. Can you put back with the...
Yeah.
But it's soon there. It's on its way. And I don't know if you guys have some question about what just
you just
happened.
seen.
First off, super, super cool. It's cool to see like a software emulation of basically this thing here. But
Yeah.
obviously, since it's software, you can do so much more with it. Is the idea that when you have it integrated with the DAW, it's just sending MIDI back and forth?
Yes, and a bit more than MIDI, but the idea is there. Yeah, we want to have the plugin that make the sound into your DAW, because I don't want to ask the people to leave the DAW they know to turn into a 100% live experience. It's still my goal actually to turn people from producer to performer, but I don't have to tell it. It's better to say, yeah, you can just play your hi-hat and record it, and allow the people to use it actually. Give a bit less love at time, but at least give some love that they can take, and maybe from there, 1 or year later, they perform everything without actually thinking about it. So we believe it's there is too much friction if we want to ask the people to make. We have to respect the people. Actually, for us, it was a long way to go from A to Z. We believe that we can empower the user to go really fast from A to Z, but to respect them, they can go fast, but they have to take every step. And we have to help them to remove the maximum friction we can. That's why we are trying to go desktop. Yeah. Excellente question.
And on that note, do you imagine it also being compatible with other plugins or native presets? You just drop it.
How we see the stuff, because it's we don't see a generic solution. What we see, let's say, if you get an instrument that's made to be to make shaker, the instrument will come with a DSP side to make the sound, an UX to set the settings, but as well it will come with a way to present himself to the controller, to say, hey, I'm a shaker, I'm not made to be hit, I'm made to be shake. And so every instrument need a definition of how it's supposed to be played and how it's supposed to connect with his environment. So to answer your question, we see more at first develop those plugins ourselves, and then have a SDK to allow other company to get new value to the back catalog they got already of plugin by giving those plugins performance and systemic abilities.
So for those less techie in the audience, you say there are no loops and no samples or sequences. So where are the actual sounds coming from?
For now, it comes from the iPad, and actually, what we want is to have the sound that come from the computer. So it's still plugin that make the sounds, but usually you wrote, let's say you wrote the melody, you press play, and the plugin play the music for you. So it translates what you wrote into sound, and here it translates your gesture. So it's more a gesture-centric approach than a compositional process of using the mouse.
With synths or...
Yeah, it could be synth, it could be Rampler, it could be anything.
So whatever you play, can you, like, as you record yourself, does it output the MIDI recording after?
Yes.
And then the other thing is, how much resources does it take? Because it is using iPad resources. At some point, it will keep loading all of it.
Yeah, but this is just this is the first iPad, the first very was, and it still played really fine. But actually, because it's the MVP, but the real solution, as we talked, the real solution, all the CPU will be on the computer, because the iPad or the touch screen or the kind of device like this. So we don't want to be like iPad only. For us, iPad is just or iPhone, a really fast way for the user to connect. Okay, you got this. I bought this plugin like a year ago. Now there is an update, free, so I can play on my phone. You can test it really quick. But actually, an iPad and a phone, it has a tremendous latency. So there is better tools to play than iPhone and iPad. But the park is so huge that it's easy for the first contact. It's a good one.
And what's the latency like on this?
Like it's 40 milliseconds, not 14, 40. Could you see? Like in music, 40 is huge. It's like a fla is a fla means something. A fla it's 8 milliseconds. So we are many times above a ratio like maybe 6 or about what makes sense. That's why we are looking to, because at first we made hardware as well, but we focus now only on software. We want to have those companies that make great hardware. We want to make those companies sell a lot of hardware, so we don't have to make the hardware, but we can become the killer app for every new MP performance-oriented, to be the hub for the real-time controller.
So what do you need to get there?
Yes, that's perfect to Oliver.
Perfect introduction for
Merci.
the following. So yeah, well, you've seen what we've done a bit in the past. I'm just going to show you a quick video that's been, that will summarize the last 20 years, I would say, until now, like that we will be able to focus what's next.
We are BEATSURFING, but we started as 𝗥𝗲𝗹, award-winning musicians making music that push boundaries. But the tools to perform it live just didn't exist. So we built our own, 𝗥𝗲𝗃 Max for Live, or the Beatboard, tools to break free from backtrack-based performances and allow all to truly perform music. We formed as a company and made our first product.
I'm going to wait for it to come back.
Let's try it again.
It was an interactive fader cap. It was the start of something bigger. Touchscreens changed everything. BEATSURFING went from a simple MIDI app to a full-fledged music-making app called Playground. We pushed the limits of performance from phones to half-pipe Stephen stadiums, and the world took notice. Artists like A$AP Rocky saw our vision. We regrouped, refocused, and started building tools that would change the game while collaborating with other great artists. Our plugins are just the first steps. We're working on tools that'll inspire and motivate creators to explore new grounds. Stay tuned for more. We are BEATSURFING, but we started as 𝗥𝗲𝗹.
There we go. So, as you understood, we've been repeating it already many times. Everything that's been done in the past is to, oh my God, to feed the big plan, which, well, it's Plain. That's the name of the new plugin format that we are developing. So we've seen that from 𝗥𝗲𝗹 there was a frustration and, needed to perform live. And then with Playground, they stepped up. They focused their vision on the interpretation, and we will see a bit later on, but it got well received by the crowd. And then with BEATSURFING on its end, that's what we are up now. We changed how people would see us. We used to bring, let's say, entertainment for people that like music but were not music players at first, and now we are more seen as a tool manufacturer on the industry side of things. So we're going to see a bit more each steps. So for Playground, like I said, Playground was the first step to actually demonstrate that there was delight and usage in using the kind of app that Pascal just demonstrated earlier. And well, I would say it's a success since we had 1.2 million downloads. The rating was constant with 4.9/5 on the App Store, and the application was itself installed in all app stores in the world. It was a test app on iPhones and iPads. So I think there was a great success. Unfortunately, the business model wasn't the greatest. And since we were not aiming people that were musicians at first and were just looking for entertainment, well, unfortunately, with the COVID, that company passed away as well.
Because Playground, it just allows you to play the templates, not to build it. So it was sharing the experience that we had on stage with people who are not musicians yet. So we got so much traction from it, but it was harder to convert.
Yeah. And one of the main requests from user from Playground was, when am I going to be able to build my own templates? When am I going to be able to put my own sounds and play my sounds? So, of course, that's where BEATSURFING came out. And BEATSURFING came out in 2020, late 2020. And, we needed to tackle a lot of different things to reach the goal of Plain. And the first one was to bring actually, like the user asked, to bring the application that was bring the technology that would allow the users to build their own template, which we did. We encapsulated it in an iPad app, which is still available on the App Store for a few euros. You can get it and already play around with it. Second thing was to, well, we knew that the market wasn't on mobile. The market is on desktop. That's where the music producers are. So we needed to explore that way as well. That's why we started to develop plugins for many reasons. First, to make some brand awareness, because I always like to do to say that we are building actually a flying truck at the moment. But if we would just come on the market without being known, like, hey guys, we have a flying truck, everybody would look at us as like, yeah, right, okay, we're not going to even try your flying truck. But if we come first with regular trucks and show that they are high quality and you drive super well with those trucks, when we will come with the feature that will allow you to fly with your truck, you'll be like, huh, yeah, well, they've been doing good stuff in the past, so why not? They are legit somehow. So that's why we also did the plugins, and I think, again, we did quite of a success out of the 6 plugins that we developed for the past 3 years. 3 of them got rewarded. They got in the top 10 of Andrew Wang. You probably know Andrew Wang. We promised we didn't pay anything to get in that top 10. We got also nominated as Best Innovative Plugins of the Year by Plugin Boutique. And, well, we wanted to have a name. So I think now we're on the map. People know us. We made some good brand awareness. We wanted also to develop those, to start developing our, well, distribution network. That's very important. It's good to have a nice product, but if you cannot sell it, it's hard. So we started with our own website. Then we went on platforms like Plugin Boutique and other small ones. We just made a deal with a big platform called Exchange that put you in contact with a lot of platforms all over the world. So we keep on optimizing, of course, those different departments. Also, starting to communicate with our community was very important, and we are not there yet. Well, we are still trying and seeing how they react and stuff. And the other thing was also to build a customer base to be, when we will be launching our real product, we will already have some people to talk to. At the moment, we have a bit less than 25,000 clients, and we have sold a bit less than 80,000 products. Did I forget something? That's why I have my papers. You know. Well, no, I'm good. No, there is also one thing. It's part of our strategy since the beginning. Since we want to build something big, we could have focused in our lab and do only this for ourselves and then come out with the big thing. And that's not the path we have chosen. We have chosen to actually divide everything we wanted to do in small pieces. And every time we have developed a small piece, we put it in a product like that. We generate revenue. And also, well, we can learn step by step and until we get the solution and not have like a gas factory at the end. Oh, strange, it's not there anymore. So, as you understood, you will see that everything has been done for Plain, the new plugin format, from the application to those plugins we went through. Well, I think now it's about time to talk about Plain. We've been saying Plain, what is it? You've seen a little demo, but Pascal is going to explain a bit more in details.
So before explaining what it is, what it solves, so Plain will be the plugin format that allows to solve the interpretation issue, as the industry is focusing on the writing music. So Plain will be the stuff that you can use to make all your controller, no matter hardware, iPad, tablets, old school MIDI controller, old school joystick from Emmaüs, anything, you name it, and connect to your DAW in a way that your controller not only speak to your DAW, but your controller speak together and they speak to your DAW. So yes, it's a plugin format. It could be maybe you need an app on your phone to perform it. The app will be free because we believe if people buy the plugin from the company, they doesn't have to pay an app to experience the how to play it. So Plane will be about will be gesture centric and allow all the systemic settings. I was mentioning that a part of the tune is set in the interaction between the instruments. So to make this is actually a pretty huge deal. This is why we founded the company, to make Plane, but it was so big that we had to cut in, at first make the app, then make the plugin, and now that we have the app and the plugin running, we start to work on Plane. This is why we are here today, because the next step of Plane is, Oliver?
Well, we're going to have some challenges.
Yeah.
And well, I will let you talk about the UI UX.
Let's say, to me, it was the UX is really a big issue for me, because I make these things for 20 years. So for me, it's super easy to use, to use my own tools to make stuff. Actually, all the stuff I manipulate with my own tools, there are stuff that are already very well known by all the musicians, but they are not known in the same way. So we have a UX challenge. So if I take any one of you producers and I show you the interface we are working on now, I want you to be, hey, okay, it's not a sequencer, it's a counter, but it looks like a sequencer, so I get it, so I can use it. I don't want to read any manual and get the stuff really, really quick. So for us, the UX is really the big one of the big challenge to tackle. So we are seeking to build a team of UX team, and because we believe that without the UX team we will still get a lot of wow effect, maybe cool sales, but we want not only sales, we want adoption. We want the people to use it and to change their workflow. So UX is one of the main elements.
Yeah. I wouldn't say change their workflow, but adopt. Empower their workflow, because we're not going to change it. We're just going to put something on top of it. And that's very important as well, not to have something new to learn. But
just to let you know, we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left. So how many UXers do you actually need if we're to help you find that team?
But it will be in 2 and 3, but it could be discussed as the, according to the level of those and qualification of those people. But
and the last thing before this one.
But we got 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's okay. The last thing with the UI UX, we will still need to do R&D. Even though we have all the bricks, we need to build the cement that's going to put all the bricks together. So a lot of R&D, and at the same time, we need to keep growing our catalog because we know that that's how we generate money as well, and you need to be top of mind of the users all the time. Which brings us to the last slide. It's probably the less interesting one. It's about fundraising. Well, we had fundraised on the pre-seeds 1.2 million. We are 9 in the company. Some are in Belgium, some are in the US, in Los Angeles. We have one guy in France. Myself, I'm in Estonia. And with that 1.2 million, we actually did the application. We did all the plugins. We generated already last year 1.2 million ourselves. So, but we're not break even yet, and we need to grow the team to be able to build our solution within the time frame that is needed. And well, our targets for that fundraising, and that's what we have done also previously, is that we divide approximately 1/3 between artists. So we have artists on board because that's the final users. We need to have their voice. We want people from the music industry because they're the one that knows what's happening. They're going to distribute it and so on. And we want VCs as well to have the financial vision of it. At the moment, what we raise is 3.5 million, and it's to grow the team and to outsource as well. Where we don't bring value, we're going to outsource some parts and to go fast faster with a smaller team. And as well, what we call the marketing new generation. I won't talk about it because it's a new generation and we're still working on it, but it should cost a bit of money to start with, but make big money at the end. And our fundraising is based on the SAFE mechanic. Probably most of you know. We want to make it up to 30 months. That's what we've done previously. So we know it worked well, and it worked quite well for our pre-seed. And the valuation cap would be at 12.5 million. We just got the valuation of our company at 6.2 right now. So it will be, that's what we reach in 2 years. So we should, well, what we like to do is over-deliver. That's something we like to do. And well, previously we had a cap for the seed round. The pre-seed was 3.5. We made 6.2. So hopefully we will make 20 valuation. So well, thank you very much for listening to us. And
Olivier and Pascal. And if anyone can help with any of that, amazing UXs with the raise, and isn't it a pleasure to have been witness to where you are now, given that it's been 20 years in the making. So well done, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Merci.